Welcome, everyone. It's a call to order for the Bowling Green Board of Commissioners, regular meeting, City Hall, March 16, 2021, 4:30. Just a note, if we have anyone from the public here tonight, we have a clipboard and a sign up in the back that if you'd like to make comments at the end of the meeting, we ask that you put your name and your address onto the clipboard, and then we'll give you around 3 minutes at the end to speak. Also, if you've had your vaccination, we've asked that everyone to continue to enter and exit our public facility through the protocol. However, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to take my mask. I also ask that if you get up to continue to put on your mask as you enter and exit or go around the building, but maintain your social distancing. But if you've had the vaccination and you feel like you can take that off, that's up to you. So I'm going to do that, and that'll give me some clarity as I speak tonight. So thank you, everybody. All right, we are going to introduce Melinda Hill for our invocation.
If you'll bow, please. God of peace, we invite you to preside over this meeting. Even if we have different opinions, give us unity of spirit. Help us to each listen politely as others share their points of view. Help us to work as a unified team in combining ideas for a great outcome. Help us to work as a whole, rather than as individuals trying to promote their own agendas. May we have a spirit of togetherness in this room and work on our shared mission. Amen. We'll say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Hill. I want to do a public thanks. I know if you look outside, it's hard to believe, but a couple weeks ago we had this we had ice and we had snow, and we actually had a full week of winter. And it was incredible because we got to see a true team in action from the Public Works. Mr. Meisel, Mr. Meredith, I just want to say thank you to that team. You had them both on Raven Street and out in the Lovers Lane area, and they were running 24-hour ops for our city, and they kept our city, first of our emergency roads were up and ready so we could take care of our community, but most importantly, they took care of everybody, and they did it without thanks, and they wanted to help, and it was just amazing to see that team in action, and I commend them. So well done. And I will say, this is a little deep thought from Ralph Waldo Emerson. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. So ponder that thought, and I would like to give the floor to Mr. Meisel for comments.
Thank you, Mayor.
Do you want to do the roll call, or then we do? Okay, let's do roll call first.
Commissioner Beasley Brown. Here. Commissioner Hill.
Here.
Commissioner Perigin.
Here.
Commissioner Bailey.
Here.
Mayor Alcott.
Here.
If you'll just give me just a few minutes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to recognize some firefighters that have recently attained their advanced firefighter status certifications, and those include Will Cannon, Gregory Hollis, Jordan Wilson, Adam Updegraff, Stephen Rosebrook, and Kyle Hampton. They've recently completed all of their certifications for EMT, as well as their International Fire Service Accreditation, Firefighter 1 and Firefighter 2 certification tests. So congratulations to those guys. And that's all I have tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Meisel. Next, we will do the approval of the minutes. And so we've had them. Is there any comments at this time? Or we have a motion?
I move.
Second. Motion by Commissioner Hill and second by Commissioner Perigin. Are there any comments at this time about the minutes? No comments? Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Next is municipal order number 2021-37.
Municipal order approving the career path advancement of Charles Gray to the position of Operations Technician 2 in the Public Works Department.
So moved.
Second.
By Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Comments at this time?
Mayor, I'd like to ask Greg Meredith, our Public Works Director, to come up and present this promotion, this career path advancement to you all tonight. Greg?
Thank you, Mr. Mazel, Mayor, Commissioners. It is my pleasure to be able to come to you today to recommend the career path promotion of Mr. Charles Gray from the classification of OMT1 to OMT2 in Public Works operation. Mr. Gray has completed all the operator and maintenance technician Class 1 tasks and the required for Class 2 OMT, and so we're here today to recommend his promotion. He came to us back in October of 2016. He had experience in supervising mowing crews in his previous employment, where he has done a great job with us, and we're super excited to have him and continue to advance his career in operations. It's our recommendation that he receive OMT2 position. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meredith. Any comments at this time? No comments? Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal order number 2021-38.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2021-23 for a mowing contract from Affordable Lawn Care and Pressure Washing, LLC of Bowling Green, Kentucky, in the amount of $144,565.
So move.
Second. Second.
All right, moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Comments at this time?
Thank you, Mayor. As you know, we are always trying to do more with less, and this is a mowing contract that we went out to bid for. We have 30 to 35 gentlemen in our operations division that have to take care of 40 square miles of this city, which is a big task. So we came to the table and we wanted to bid this out and offer this, kind of outsource it. So this is a mowing contract that will cover the city street right-of-ways, retention basins in certain areas, property around our 6 fire stations, our police station, our NCS building, and 3 properties at the Parks Department, along with right-of-way up and down Louisville Road. So Mr. Delt put this together for us, along with Mr. Meredith, and we came up with an estimate of roughly that we were spending roughly $156,000 to $157,000. We went out for bid on this, and we got one bidder, Affordable Lawn Care and Pressure Washing, LLC, and they came back with a bid of $144,565. So we are looking at savings of around $12,000, $12,400 by outsourcing this and freeing us up to do other things. So we're recommending the acceptance of this bid, and Greg is here to answer any questions you might have.
Ask a quick question here. Are we? 'Cause that's substantial, and those dollars that we're going to pay those folks are now going to be going to pay them to do other things that are probably as important. Are we going to look to the future as we have turnover and things like that to continue down this path?
I think we are. Obviously, when you have somebody that specializes in this and does it all the time, and they can devote their resources to this, we've got storm drains, we've got signage that we have to take care of, traffic signals, I could go on and on, potholes, et cetera. So this frees up we've got 2 vacuum trucks now that we use to clean storm drains as of last year. So we've got our folks doing other tasks that are to sustain the right-of-way maintenance type tasks, and so the mowing is something that not that it's not hard to do, but if you get a professional mowing crew, they do a great job, they can do it efficiently. probably more efficiently than we can, based upon, the benefits that we pay. So
About how much of the mowing does this represent?
it represents a large portion, probably 90% of the mowing that we did in Public Works.
Okay,
So
okay.
we still do some, those critical areas that are like safety hazards in intersections, sight distance issues and such, we do the.
Do we already outsource our parks?
Now, Parks does a lot of their own, and I can't speak totally to what they do, but they do a lot of the cemetery, et cetera. They have folks.
Maybe some of the equipment could be transferred over to parks?
We did an agreement with Hope House this past year with Parks to mow and maintain some parks facilities, and that was a really good partnership. So as Greg mentioned, this is for us to survive with the same amount of manpower. So we're going to look at these type situations from here on out so that we don't have to increase our head count and make the best with what we have.
I think it's great.
And squeeze the lemon and get, as I
I think
mentioned,
it's
more
great.
for less.
As long as the oversight causes them to do as good a job as you guys have done, because
Absolutely. They had part of the mowing last year, the same company. They did good work last year. We supervised, their crew, so
great.
thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2021-39.
Municipal order authorizing the submission of a grant application to the Kentucky Department for Libraries and Archives for the Kentucky Local Records Program in an amount up to $8,430.
So move.
Second.
Okay. Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. Comments this time?
City Clerk's Office would like to apply for this Kentucky Local Records Program. It's through the KDLA, Kentucky Department for Libraries and Archives. This would be to assist us with our records management, digitizing some records, making us more efficient, microfilming, all that sort of thing. We believe that we could do roughly 34 more boxes on this amount of money, this $84.30. I don't believe there's a match with this, correct, Ashley? This is just a straight-up grant that we would contract for and get more stuff scanned and digitized and in our records management system. So we went out, received 3 quotes, and the lowest cost was the $84.30. So we've applied, or would like to apply for the grant in that amount.
Comments?
I have one comment, Mayor. I just want to take a moment to thank our city clerk. This just reminds me of a couple weeks back, I needed just asked her for some records from the 1960s and 70s. And she literally walked over to a cabinet and was able to get it to me in less than 10 seconds. And she is amazing at what she does. That's the type of work that typically doesn't get praised or recognized. So I just wanted to thank you, Ashley, for the amazing job you do as our city clerk, and I'm so excited that we can help you with a click of a button do what you have already make possible, even with the fact that it's all paper now. So thank you for all you do.
Speaking of our city clerk, Mrs. Ashley Jackson, raise your hand right there.
It's not necessary.
She also puts together this meeting with her team and does amazing. A lot of work involved to get to this point. Further comments? All right, roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2021-40.
Municipal order approving agreement between the City of Bowling Green and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Highways for reimbursement of construction costs for the multi-use path under River Street Bridge.
So moved.
Second.
All right, moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Comments?
This is something that Commissioner Bailey's going to like. We have come to the point where we've been working on this for several years, but we have come to a point where we're ready to do an agreement with the state to do our multi-use path connection under the River Street Bridge to connect the two parklands down on the river. So this is something Greg Meredith has been working on with the state. This would be a state project, but we're going to kind of piggyback with them on this, use the same engineer to design this multi-use path, and they're going to use the same engineer to work on the erosion problem down there on the river and to mitigate that. So before you tonight is the agreement with the State Transportation Cabinet and with the multi-use path design and construction costs that will be put together with this, along with their own erosion project. And would be, once the bids are received, Public Works will bring that back to you all in a future meeting for approval before we begin work down there. And so Greg is here and can answer any questions. He's worked pretty hard on this the last couple years, and we're hopefully ready to get going with it.
Absolutely. Comments?
Just a brief comment. I think Mr. Mize was right. I think this is something that's going to bring some revenue to our community, and hopefully we can develop that a little bit more in the future. So I'm excited for this to get started. The only thing I would like to know is, when do we know when they'll get started? Will it be this year, or will it be sometime next year?
I think it'll be this year.
Okay.
The cabinet has plans to let it to construction in April, and so probably 60-day, contract period, and they'll start probably this summer. A lot of the work is going to be, building up where the river is eroded next to the bridge. So summertime's a good time to do that. So yeah, I look for it to be constructed this year.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
I have one follow-up question for Mr. Meredith. So do we think that there's going to be just issues in terms of when the water rises, that there's going to be lots of maintenance that we have to do to keep this walking path up because it'll flood a lot, or is this high enough to where that won't be an issue?
It's high enough that it won't flood a lot. The 100-year flood elevation is above the path, but there's no way to get the path in under the bridge and raise it any higher, if that makes sense. So I think the maintenance will be, if the river rises, probably cleaning the path. I don't think it'll erode or damage. If there are logs floating in the river, it could hit the fence and maybe damage the handrail or something like that. But for the most part, I think we're going to be out of the water most all the time. It'll be an extreme flood before it gets up to the path, underneath the bridge.
Great, thank you so much.
One more question, Mr. Meredith. Will you be able to take a bicycle eventually from one side to the other? Is that also
Absolutely.
in that effort?
Yeah, that's our goal. This contract, unfortunately, just focuses underneath the bridge. So with another contractor, possibly working with the same contractor for access to do this work, that we can get some of that other connected over to what we call Riverfront Park East, which is the Weldon Pete side. So, yeah.
Other comments? Roll call?
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Municipal Order Number 2021-41.
Municipal order approving and authorizing out-of-town travel expenses for City Manager Jeff Meisel to attend the Kentucky City County Management Association Winter Conference in Lexington, Kentucky.
So moved.
Second.
I believe that was moved by Commissioner Beasley Brown and second by Commissioner Hill. Comments this time?
Just per our code of ordinances, you all are required to approve my travel so that I don't travel all around the world without your permission and spend lots and lots of money. So, but I'd like to thank you for allowing me to attend this conference in Lexington. Katie was also at this conference, Kentucky City Managers Conference. We presented our Police Academy program on Friday up there, and went very well with Chief Delaney and Deputy Chief Bowles, and was a good conference. I appreciate you all allowing me to take off a few days and attend.
Be upset if you didn't.
Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-12. This is our first reading, non-binding.
Ordinance amending zoning ordinance. Ordinance amending Articles 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 of the zoning ordinance of the City of Bowling Green, Kentucky, as recommended by the City County Planning Commission.
So moved.
Second.
By Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Comments at this time?
Yes, So, thank you, Mayor. These are the amendments that were presented at the retreat to you all for planning and zoning articles. There was discussion about the signs at the retreat, as well as the meat processing plants around town. And basically, what you all concluded from your retreat is that you agreed with the proposed amendments pretty much for the most part, except for just a couple of areas. Those areas were that you would prefer not to have any signs in the right-of-ways unless they are the cities, the states, or the counties, or through an agreement with Tourism Commission or wayfinding. And then on private property, there is going to would be a new limit of 10 signs on a residential property and 4 signs on a commercial property. Max size of the residential signs would be 8 square feet with property, if the property is less than 2 acres. And then if the property is more than 2 acres, you all would allow a 16 square foot sign. And then the max size for a commercial lot would be 16 square feet if it's less than 5 acres, and 32 square feet if it's more than 5 acres. So those were kind of the summary points. In your packets are the full articles that show changes and amendments in the drafts from planning and zoning. Mr. Peterson and Mrs. Hurd are here tonight and can answer any of your questions on these amendments, but I think we are the last entity to go ahead and close this out and approve it. So I'll defer to them if you have any questions.
Yeah, I'd just like for Ben, just for the public's consumption, talk about, because we're talking meat packing plants here. What does that have to do with planning and zoning, and what are we accomplishing for the citizens?
So during the pandemic, there was I guess a shortage of meat processing facilities, and we had something called limited meat processing facilities. So think Kirby and Poe and that type of thing, and then we had regulations for the large, massive industrial-type meat processing facilities. So we made a few changes in how we define those facilities to allow more of the Kirby and Poe type facilities in certain locations. Mostly in the county. We've had 2 applications is all we've had since then, and then those would not be allowed in the city. So nothing really changes for the city of Bowling Green.
Yeah, so we're not moving meat packing facilities into neighborhoods. That's good to know.
No, ma'am.
Noted. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, and even when where they are allowed, they would still have to go through the conditional use process at a public hearing before a board to be approved.
Thank you.
But yes, they have been removed.
Right, any other comments? Well, thank you for the work that went on this, and thank you for sharing this information with us at the strategic planning and allowing us to have input in that. I think it made a more beneficial way forward for some of the efforts that we see in our community that are going to be difficult to accept, but understanding that safety is first and foremost, and that we want to keep our people safe, and some of those areas are going to affect some of the ways that we go forward. These are changes, however, we'll do our best to take care of our community as a whole. So, without any further ado, roll call.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-7. This is the second reading and binding.
Ordinance creating interlocal agreement with Warren County and Warren County Volunteer Fire Departments. Ordinance creating and approving interlocal cooperation agreement for automatic aid for active shooter hostile event responses with Warren County and Warren County Volunteer Fire Departments.
So move.
Second?
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. Comments? And again, this is a second reading. We appreciate the effort right here from the fire department to make these efforts. And again, I applauded that last time, but I like to see where we work together as a community, and I think that's amazing. So well done, fire department. All right, other comments? Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-8, second reading, binding.
Ordinance creating interlocal agreement with Warren County and Warren County Technical Rescue Team. Ordinance creating and approving interlocal cooperation agreement with Warren County and Warren County Technical Rescue Team relating to automatic aid for technical rescue services.
So moved.
Second.
Unanimously moved by Commissioner Perigin and Beasley Brown at the same time, and seconded by Commissioner Hill. Comments? This second reading again, another one. Thank you, Fire Department, again. No other further comments? Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-9, second reading and binding.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning 2 tracts of land containing 49.31 acres from AG Agriculture, HB Highway Business, and RM4 Multifamily Residential to HM4 Multifamily Residential, located at 0 and 494 Hub Boulevard, presently owned by Hub East LLC and Hub Multifamily LLC.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Perigin, second by Commissioner Hill. Any comments? No comments? Roll call.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-10, second reading and binding.
Ordinance rezoning real estate. Ordinance rezoning a portion of a tract of land containing 19.58 acres from AG Agriculture to LI Light Industrial, located at 6309 Russellville Road, presently owned by estates of Frank T. and John Beacom Wheeler, with Southwest Developers LLC as the applicant.
So moved.
Or second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Beasley Brown. This is second reading. Any further comments?
Mayor, I just want to make a quick comment.
Sure.
Sort of echoing what I said the last time we met, when we approved a whole bunch of developments, and, I think we had some first readings, and then, I don't remember, it was a bunch. But this just speaks to the quality of our community and the growth in our community and the willingness for people to invest in our community. And so I want to say thank you for all of those folks that do that through the process that is well laid out through our planning and zoning, so it's done right. And it's just more evidence of where we're heading.
Further comments? Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. Ordinance number BG 2021-11. This is second reading and is binding.
Ordinance relating to classification pay schedule. Ordinance amending the classification pay schedule G for general classified employees of the City of Bowling Green for fiscal year 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Perigin. This is second reading. Any further comments? No further. Roll call, please.
Beasley Brown.
Yes.
Hill.
Yes.
Perigin.
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
Alcott.
Yes. At this time, we are opening up the floor for public comments, and we had a sign up in the back. Does anyone like to approach and make comments?
There's no.
Okay. Well, our next scheduled meeting will be a special meeting. Will be held on April 1st. We're doing a little bit to the left of spring breaks to allow families and schools and our community to participate in that. And we have a much-needed spring break coming, so we're very glad of that. And it'll be April, and then our second meeting after that, a special meeting will be held on 1 April 2021, and the April 6, 2021 regular meeting is canceled. So without that, we are adjourned.